station working for you. This is an RTV6 special report.
Good evening. I'm Amanda Starrentino. RTV6 continues to bring you everything you need to know about the coronavirus outbreak. Here are the latest numbers from the State Department of Health. The virus is now blamed for 14 deaths in Indiana. 477 people have tested positive, and 3,356 people have been tested in the Hoosier state. Mark.
I'm Mark Mullins. The pandemic continues to impact daily life in different ways, and now it's impacting how we bring you the news. RTV6 is taking social distancing precautions a step further. I'm now co-anchoring newscasts from home in an effort to reduce the number of people working from our studio. Today, we learned more about why Indiana's coronavirus numbers are climbing. RTV6 reporter Cameron Riddle spent the day at the State House, where the governor and his team revealed new plans to combat the virus and why the numbers show those plans are necessary.
The number of reported coronavirus cases in Indiana continues to climb. The increase is a combination of the virus spreading and who is getting tested. State Health Commissioner Christina Box says older and high-risk Hoosiers are testing positive at a rate of 14%.
While this rate may seem high, it's expected because we're testing the highest risk individuals, those who are ill and those who are at high risk for exposure because of where they work or whom they work with.
That population includes people over 60 and people with existing medical conditions and healthcare workers themselves. Box says coronavirus tests have made their way across the state, and the results are starting to show.
To give you an example of that increase, this time last week, 243 tests had been reported to ISDH. As of today, we reported 3,356.
As more tests are taken, more patients are coming into contact with more doctors who will soon get a shipment of medical supplies from an unusual place.
Our schools, whether it's science labs or career technical education, have signaled to us that we have gloves, we have masks, we have gowns. Where do you need them?
Superintendent of Public Instruction Jennifer McCormick says while the schools don't have massive stockpiles of supplies, every little bit helps. And that help may arrive alongside packages of more supplies sent in from the federal government.
That included gowns, masks, gloves, and face shields. We'll be distributing those to hospitals and counties at the greatest need, and we'll continue to do everything we can to support our healthcare workers on the front line at hospitals, EMS, and long-term care facilities.
Working for you at the State House, Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
And now to the economic impact of the outbreak. The Senate is voting now on the historic $2 trillion relief package. ABC's Alex Brochet is in Washington with what the deal could mean for you.
Tonight, Congress still working to pass the biggest economic relief bill in American history.
A fight has arrived at our shores. We did not seek it. We did not want it. But now, we're going to win it.
The deal would give people earning $75,000 or less a $1,200 check plus $500 per child. Those earning up to $99,000 would get a smaller check.
Help is on the way. Big help. Quick help.
The bill allows people to receive unemployment benefits up to 39 weeks. The norm is 26. And the size of that unemployment check would go up $600 for 4 months. The bill also includes a $367 billion loan program for small businesses who do not lay off their workers. That could be a much-needed lifeline for Scott Scoville's production company.
We went from projecting a couple of million of income in the near future to zero within under a week.
Big businesses would benefit too. $500 billion earmarked for large corporations hard hit, airlines, hotels. There's also more than $100 billion for hospitals and healthcare systems, and money to help states offset their losses. All of this as the president pushes for the easing of social distancing restrictions that could allow some businesses to reopen by Easter.
And what a great timeline this would be. Easter is our timeline.
Though some governors pointing out those social distancing measures may be working.
I'm not 100% sure it holds or it's accurate, but the arrows are headed in the right direction.
Alex Brochet, ABC News, Washington.
RTV6's Hiring Hoosiers is committed to sharing with you all the ways the coronavirus outbreak is impacting Central Indiana's workforce and connecting you to resources as more Hoosiers face the possibility of losing their jobs. Some restaurants and bars that are eligible to stay open during Indiana's stay-at-home order are still closing their doors. In a statement, the owners of tastings in downtown Indianapolis say they cannot afford to stay open. The wine bar had just recently reopened after a renovation project when the COVID-19 outbreak hit. The statement says all workers are furloughed. A reopening date has not yet been set.
My bar specifically, we saw it coming. We actually closed our doors before the state mandated it and before the city mandated it.
Tonight, we are hearing from a service industry worker who lost his job because of restrictions imposed due to the coronavirus. Chris Clark lost his job as a manager at a local bar. In the first time in his career that he's been laid off. He says he filed for unemployment, but has already found another job. Not everyone has been so fortunate.
Luckily for me, I was able to find some temp work at a grocery store here in town. Grocery stores are one of the things that aren't going to be shutting down in case anything goes any further. But a lot of people are just looking for work right now and just trying to save what they do have.
You can find information about how to file for unemployment on our website, theindychannel.com. If you don't have internet access, you can call the Department of Workforce Development for more information. That number is 1-800-891-6499.
And Hiring Hoosiers continues to connect you to job opportunities with companies that are looking for help right now. 5-Star Senior Living in Noblesville is filling several positions. That includes dietary aid workers, certified nursing assistants, full-time licensed practical nurses, and full-time activity assistants. On-the-job training is provided. For more info about these positions and a link to apply, go to hiringhoosiers.com. You can also go to the Hiring Hoosiers website to find info about many other job opportunities.
A major retailer is asking you to leave your canvas totes at home for now. Myers does not want shoppers bringing reusable bags into its stores to help with the spread of the virus. There's a big exception, though. The chain says if you check out using Shop and Scan, it's okay to have your own bags.
And despite the stay-at-home orders, many of us have had the luxury of getting out when it's absolutely necessary to either go to work, the grocery store, or maybe even to enjoy some fresh air. But RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows us that is not the case for everyone. He talked to a woman whose chronic illness has kept her inside, fearing what would happen if she's exposed to coronavirus.
There are so many people who still don't understand the severity of the situation.
Selena Balos talks to me from her bedroom, a place she's been spending a lot of time while we've been ordered to social distance ourselves to stop the spread of coronavirus.
When it rains, it pours, they say, and this has hit hard. It's, being somebody with a chronic illness, then a graduating senior, and then the wedding. It's a lot. It's a really humbling experience because it refocuses on what this is really all about.
In her corner during all of this is her mom, Deborah Balos, who's a doctor.
Not once has she complained. She still smiles. She still takes a day at a time. She rolls with the punches and just begs for people to just listen.
In a passionate Facebook post, Deborah shares what her family is going through and begs everyone to listen to recommendations on how to stop the spread of coronavirus.
It is really just a really warm feeling to know that there's somebody who has your back that way.
What do you want people to learn whenever they see this story?
If people keep being nonchalant and thinking it's not going to affect me or I'm still going to go about my everyday life, we're not going to see the end. And it's funny because those people who aren't taking it serious are also the ones who are saying how bored they are at home, or I just want my normal life back and whatnot. And I'm like, if you don't do your part, it's going to be a long time before we see those days again.
And that was Cornelius Hawker reporting. Selena was studying tourism, conventions, and event management at IUPUI. And although this pandemic has brought that industry to its knees, she still plans to land a job in that field. She believes the industry will eventually bounce back and be prepared if something like this ever happens again.
There are patients out there who actually have lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, who need access to these medications.
Coming up, how the coronavirus outbreak is causing a shortage of life-saving medication used by people suffering from other diseases and disorders.
And just ahead, how the city of Indianapolis, nonprofits, and churches are working together to get free, healthy food to people in the community.
And that sunshine was a welcome sight today. We're not going to keep those rain chances away for very long, though. How long they'll stick around and how much rain you can expect. You're watching RTV6 News at 11.
2020 Nissan Altima. From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
RTV6 is showing you how communities across central Indiana are working together during the coronavirus outbreak. Tonight, we're shining a light on a partnership between a real estate company and a school. Victory College Prep is a charter school on the southeast side of Indianapolis with around 900 students from all over the city. Principal Chelsea Easter says about 1/3 of those kids don't have tablets or laptops to connect them to their e-learning work. Well, after hearing about the situation, Easter's real estate company, Keller Williams and Fishers, quickly organized a donation drive.
Really just getting those laptops and tablets gathered. So pretty simple ask, and I think we can come together as a community to reach that goal.
A lot of our kids are coming to us with academic deficits, and we work so hard to make sure we can close that gap for them. And this is really causing some challenges to that, and it's not fair to our kids to put them another year behind.
Victory College Prep also provides meals for students on Mondays, so food is also being collected. If you would like to donate, we have contact information on our website, theindychannel.com.
Several organizations are teaming up with local churches to provide fresh and healthy food to people in need for free. Pop-up food distribution sites will be set up in church parking lots. The program started today. Barnes United Methodist on West 30th Street was one of the first sites. Neighbors say they are grateful.
Everybody needs food. Yeah. And so I came to get some food. When you're a senior and retired, you're on fixed income, you can always need help. Somebody say they don't, they're telling the tale.
A couple of things that I'm taking is really, back to other families, because my family, we kind of, already got some things, so really taking some back to other families that can't get out, can't get around, can't get to this side of town, so, really just trying to help out others.
Future pop-up distribution dates, times, and locations will be announced as they are decided. Two Indianapolis agencies, Midwest Food Bank and the organization Before You Fall, are behind this project. And we want to hear more stories of Hoosiers working together during this tough time. Share the positive efforts going on in your community by emailing us at workingforyou@rtv6.com. Kyle joins us now, and you brought some good news today with that nice weather.
Yeah, that weather was certainly something to smile about today. Not only did we have some sunshine, but temperatures made their way back into the lower 60s, and we're still really pretty comfortable out there tonight in the lower 50s with that southwest breeze around 8 miles per hour. And as we look around central Indiana, we find those temperatures in the 40s and 50s, still 53 for you in Martinsville and Muncie, 49 right now in the Connorsville area. And we had that sunshine. You can see we're still going to stay dry out there on the satellite and radar, but we are gradually increasing those clouds once again here as we go through this evening. But as you head out in the morning, we're looking good there. And there is Princess Kaya. She is sitting regal and ready for tomorrow morning's walk.
She's so cute.
Yeah,
she looks like royalty.
Yeah, claiming her throne here on the 11 o'clock news. And if you're going to be heading out there walking in the morning, give you the green paw for all of it. We'll have the clouds around, but again, it's going to be dry. Temperatures upper 40s to around 50 degrees. And as we go through our Thursday afternoon, there are those clouds, but much of the day is going to be without any rain chances in the forecast, and temperatures again will make their way into the 60s. We'll even see those numbers a little warmer than what we had today. Calling for a high of 67 in Indy, 68 for you in Columbus, and Peru even getting in on the lower 60s there. So we talked about those rain chances. Here's 2 o'clock Thursday afternoon. There you see the clouds that we'll have. There's a chance for a few showers around Petersburg and Lafayette. Some scattered light rain showers as we get into tomorrow evening. So the umbrella, windshield wipers you'll need there. But the good news is I think this will be fairly light. Thing is, once we get started with some showers late in the day on Thursday, then those rain chances are going to build Friday and Saturday. About 80% here as we go into the start of the weekend. And all that's going to add up to about 1 to 2 inches of rain across much of central Indiana. There's a potential for a few thunderstorms in the Saturday forecast, so we could see some areas between 2 and 3 inches of rainfall on already waterlogged ground. So we'll watch for the flooding potential there. At least we're going to continue with the mild temperatures here, even talking about highs in the 70s early on Saturday here, and then we'll see those numbers sliding back a little bit. Still about average, though. Highs in the 50s as we get into the middle of next week, with shower chances continuing.
Love the sound of that. Thank you, Kyle. Looking forward to the 70s. Hey, while much of the country is quiet right now, business continues for some hard-working people at City Market. RTV6's Brad Brown shows an historic part of downtown Indianapolis is still saying, "We're open."
For nearly 180 years, City Market has served as the hub of downtown Indianapolis. But these days, the market sits mostly quiet. The tables here waiting for a return to something more normal. But in every corner of the market, some hard-working restaurants are continuing their mission of feeding the Circle City.
Coming down the knee, guys.
Yeah, everyone is taking these punches like a champ and just trying to figure out how business is looking now. So there's not people coming in and dining in and then shopping. It's in and out, and that's one of the biggest changes that the Indianapolis City Market has had to deal with.
Roughly half of City Market's tenants are doing takeout and delivery business, most of them doing it with a staff of just 1 or 2. But they're all working to make some big adjustments as well.
When we moved here with our new setup, it was great. So we were doing very well. Like the week before this happened was one of our best March weeks ever. And that's been in business now for 5 years, but I've been here since 2017.
Obviously, we're very concerned about our staff's well-being. We're really keeping going out of concern for them. Like, I want them to have a job to come back to.
A cup of coffee, a fresh pastry, a hot lunch. All of it to go, of course. Circle City Sweets is one business seeing a rise in their orders for some of Indy's best carbohydrates.
I hope people stick with that, that they are still looking for locally well-made products, not just going out and buying grocery store bread that's full of preservatives and things like that, but they realize, we've had a lot of folks we've never had as customers before coming on board, and just hoping that they realize just what amazing food so many vendors are doing, not just us, but so many people do here in Indianapolis.
City Market is hoping to reopen to regular business soon once the state's stay-at-home orders are lifted. Until then, these businesses will be making do as best as they can. Coming up tomorrow here on the news at 6, I'll show you how some of these vendors are working together with a unique partnership to keep their businesses moving forward. Working for you downtown, Brad Brown, RTV6.
Looking forward to it, Brad. Thanks. Hey, go to our website, theindychannel.com, to find a long list of restaurants and other businesses that are still open to serve you.
And as we all work together to get through these difficult and different times, we want to hear from you. RTV6 photojournalist Brad Forstall went to the Monon Trail to find out how you are coping.
In my lifetime, this is the craziest time I've ever seen.
We're just hanging out and trying to stay sane.
It's pretty crazy. It's been kind of difficult working from home.
It's kind of scary. It's really stressful. It's overwhelming. It's confusing. And it's hard to know what the right thing to do is.
It's really hard. Probably the hardest part of all of this is not being able to see my grandbabies. It's a good time to do more introspective things.
Get out and exercise. Finally doing some work around the house that has needed to be done for a long time, and now I see it constantly. So I think a lot of people are doing that too.
Talking on the phone, and we've been sending each other postcards and letters and texting and things like that.
Doing some workouts while we can, and trying to keep our distance from others and stay healthy.
But having my husband home every day and being able to spend time with our 1-year-old daughter together as a family is new, and really appreciate all of that.
If you're around the ones you love, then everything's better.
I really need to be outside every day for a little walk just to feel like I'm still part of the world, but it's okay. Yeah.
Be smart, be safe, respect others.
We also need to kind of take care of our neighbors, our family, in maybe a different way than we have in the past.
It's not bad for us.
It's pretty
we
good.
actually got engaged during coronavirus, so staying at home.
Yeah, hanging out.
Yeah. We're good.
Keep calm and carry on, I guess.
From the station working for you, this is an RTV6 special report.
Countless events have been canceled due to the coronavirus outbreak. And if you're having trouble getting a refund, Indiana's Attorney General might be able to help you. If you're not sure you're eligible to get your money back, contact the venue where you bought your ticket. Also contact the venue if you're seeing unexpected charges related to a cancellation. If that does not work, contact your credit card company next. Then file a complaint with the AG's office. You can also call the Consumer Protection Division at this number. It's 1-800-382-5516.
And the health impact of COVID-19 extends far beyond people who are diagnosed with the virus. Scientists say there are about 70 drugs that might be effective in treating the coronavirus. Now, some of those medications are being improperly prescribed or hoarded even before they can be adequately tested. Scripps reporter Ashar Kwarshi found out people who rely on the life-saving drugs for other ailments are now struggling.
Across the country, some people with chronic illnesses are finding their much-needed medications are on back order.
Your order's delayed, and we're working to resolve the issue.
One drug in short supply is Plaquenil, generically known as hydroxychloroquine sulfate. It's used to treat malaria and chronic rheumatic diseases.
It prevents them from having severe pain, from their arthritis from getting worse, from forming nodules. This is a daily medicine that these people absolutely need.
Erin Fox is with the American Society of Health System Pharmacists and maintains a list of nationwide drug shortages. She says 4 of the 8 producers of hydroxychloroquine are running out.
We've definitely seen a rapid increase in demand for this product. I think it's a frustrating problem, and I think it's really scary for those patients that rely on this medication day in and day out.
While the drug is not FDA approved as an off-label treatment option for novel coronavirus, it has already been touted by the president as a potential game changer.
Millions of units are ordered, and we're going to see what happens. We're going to be talking to the governors about it, and the FDA is working on it right now.
Last week, a French study of just 20 people reported 70% of coronavirus patients treated with Plaquenil after 6 days tested negative for the virus, compared to 12.5% of the control group. Hospitals across the nation have been stockpiling it as a precaution. The state of New York has already acquired 70,000 doses as part of its own drug trials to begin this week. But with no large-scale clinical data available, public health officials warn it's too early to know whether the drug is effective against coronavirus.
The information that you're referring to specifically is anecdotal. It was not done in a controlled clinical trial, so you really can't make any definitive statement about it.
Now we're even seeing hospitals call us to ask if we have this medication. I mean, this is a disaster.
LA-based online pharmacy Honeybee Health says they've been inundated with calls from doctors under pressure from patients insisting on prescriptions. Some physicians also trying to self-prescribe the drug due to the coronavirus scare.
We're seeing pharmacies hoard this medication. We're seeing doctors hoard this medication, and now at the patient level.
As a result, Honeybee Health is urging prescribers to be responsible and judicious to avoid misappropriating the drug.
There are patients out there who actually have lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, who need access to these medications. There just needs to be more responsibility on their part to calm patients' nerves rather than playing into the fear.
Reporting from Chicago, I'm Ashar Qureshi.
You can continue to find the latest developments on the coronavirus outbreak, including the economic stimulus bill Congress is voting on right now, on our website at theindychannel.com/coronavirus. Kyle.
It is spring, and our 7-day forecast looks like that. We've got several rain chances over the next several days. A lot of dry time in the mix, too, with some mild temperatures. Highs in the 60s, even 70 degrees here as we get into Saturday. A little bit cooler heading into next week. We'll have those highs in the 50s, Amanda.
Something to look forward to. Thanks for making RTV6 your choice for news. GMI starts at 4:30 a.m. Good night.